Hello to all of you, dear friends. I'm Sajid Muntaziri, and welcome back to another session of our Comprehensive Twinmotion training. In the last session, we imported this model and set up two shots. Now let's work on the materials for various parts of the model together. To do this, I'll close the media panel to get more workspace. My speed is a bit slow, so I'll press the 3 or 4 key to navigate faster in the scene. I can increase the speed again. You should constantly switch between keys 1 through 6 to move at an appropriate speed within the scene. I'll position myself here to see the window glass clearly. I enter the material section. The first material we will work on is glass here. You have various glass types at the top. Just hover over one of them, select apply to object and click and drag to apply it to the desired object. So if your model is cubic, it helps to specify cubic UV immediately so the material sits correctly. For glass, this might be hard to see, but for cylinders or spheres, you must choose the correct shape. Otherwise, from object UV uses the mapping from your original software. So here you can apply some material and some shapes. Very good. This depends on if you unwrapped your UVs properly. Properly, for example, with a box, you need to know your UV settings. Either way, this setting helps get a better result before the material is applied. Very good. So far, everything is fine. So we can use different modes like mirror. However, notice that despite applying the mirror mode, we can't actually see the reflection accurately yet. The important point is in your settings, you must pay attention. You must be on that image shot, and your render mode must be set to either lumen or path tracer exactly. If I switch to lumen mode, it is lumen that allows me to see the mirror exactly. As you can see the mirror right now. It reflects the street light across from it perfectly. Standard mode shows the mirror with very poor quality. In path tracer mode, the viewport quality is a bit higher. In medium or high settings, the quality is good. If path tracer is set to low, the mirror quality drops again. I'll use real-time lumen here so I can see the mirror. Note that for lumen you need an RTX graphics card or a GTX card with at least 4 gigabyte of RAM. So pay attention to that. Even with a GTX, if you have less than 4 gigabyte of RAM, you will face problems using lumen. If you are in lumen mode but still don't see reflections, go to edit preference or Ctrl plus P under qualities. Strictly ensure it is set to high or ultra here. Sometimes on medium or low, it cannot calculate reflections at all. As you see here, if I hit OK now, Lumen is completely disabled and standard mode cannot calculate it either. So try to keep it on medium if possible. Right now on low, lumen is off. It is only active on high or ultra. I selected high here and now lumen is active and calculating. Uh, so lumen is calculating reflection here. Very good. If your scene is heavy, work in standard or lumen mode and only switch to path tracer for the final export. Excellent. I'll leave this on Path Tracer for now. Back in the library under Tools, we have an option called Reflection Props. Select a box or a sphere prop. I'll use box and place it in front of the area. This forces it to calculate a reflection. I placed it here and it tries to show a reflection from the opposite side. I can place this on the other mirror as well. Of course, it's not very precise, but it's better than the initial state where it showed nothing at all. I'll hit Ctrl plus Z twice now that you know reflection probes. And let's return to the glass material. I'll select Lumen mode and close this panel. Select Lumen and close this panel. And we have all sorts of glass. Reflective glass is very suitable. I use it often. If you like a material, click the heart icon to add it to favorite, so you don't have to search for it next time. That's another point. So here we have different types of material. If you like one of them, you can just add it to your favorite ones. Very good. So here I can test different materials. Very good. Let's just examine others. I'll adjust my angle so you can see better. Some glasses have veins and textures like these ones here. So as you can see, there are different types of textures. You can try different one of them. As you can see, we also have very attractive colored glasses in this software that can make your work stand out. Great. Going lower, there are newer glasses like this one or these, which place random pattern on the surface. As you can see, we have random pattern. When you place it, settings appear on the right. I can select a custom color here. So here, just choose one of them, and here you have the settings, and you can choose custom color and tint the glass like this. In the UV section, we can rotate these. For example, I want a 45-degree angle. So here, all the glasses update to this. 4. Scale adjust the size of the pattern. For plain reflective glass, scale has no meaning, but since this has a texture, this option is very, very important. Excellent. In general, you can have glasses in these three modes: basic, standard, and colored. Basic settings are limited. Opacity controls the transparency level here. All right, so this depends on your viewing angle. Opacity might not affect the front, but it affects the sides according to the Fresnel law. Next is roughness, which controls how matte the glass is. You can adjust this with the intensity slider. Open details for more settings. Every material has an IOR or index of refraction. For precise modeling, search online for the IOR of glass, air, or water. Enter the exact value here to just control light refraction. All right, until here, if you have any question, just ask me on Udemy. So, specular refers to the glare or white spots visible when light hits the surface. We can control that amount here. The metallic section, not very common for glass, determines how much the reflections look like metal. So here you can control this part like this. Increase it or decrease it. And that was the basic glass. Standard mode displays full quality here. Fresnel opacity controls transparency based on the camera angle. So based on our camera, we can control transparency. Very good. And also in the mask section, you can hide parts of the work. I prefer to use this in future projects when we create materials ourselves. So just wait a little bit until we reach future sessions. You can activate use opacity map to derive transparency with a texture. The invert button swaps the, so here we have the invert button which swaps the black and white pixels. We discussed like this. We discussed UVs. You can rotate or scale them up or down. In details, besides uniforming, scaling, you can stretch directions. I can change only the X or Y scale here. You can offset the X direction to position the pattern perfectly. This avoids half-cut sections, and I can just adjust the Y direction until we have a complete pattern. I can adjust it till I have a complete pattern. Speed X and Y give a video-like effect to the material. I'll set this to 0 for now. So I can just at first increase it. Increase this speed. But at the end, I just make it 0 for now. Roughness, as explained, defines the matte level. The opposite is metalness. Some PBR textures use metalness or glossiness map instead of roughness. And in that case, hit invert to convert them. You can just convert them by hitting enter. We have IOR, specular and metallic again. In details, you can add textures, which we will do later to create attractive materials. So again, don't worry about that. We will use all of these techniques and materials. A normal section is added here for bumps. And this glass, you can just increase the intensity to see the texture depth. So you can increase it. In details, you can assign a specific map for these normals or invert it. Now imperfection. If activated, you can have fingerprints. So here, just let me switch to a simpler reflective glass. Very good to show this. And enable it, you can adjust the intensity of fingerprints or the dust amount and scale to make the object look dirty. Exactly. This is all controlled by a texture. So here you can have different settings on your texture. You can control it, control your texture, transparency, different things. And if you change settings but don't see the result, remember quality must be set to high or ultra. That might be because of that. Also, render settings must be on lumen or path tracer. For example, dirt or fingerprints only appear in path tracer mode. So just remember this fact. If I set it to medium, it renders higher quality, but takes time actually. If settings don't show, you can just check your rendering mode. Very good. To access settings again, press T for the material picker and click. Now we clearly see those attractive fingerprints as it is pretty visible. You can change the settings and the traces related to the map. And we can increase the fingerprint amount here. In Path Tracer, it updates immediately. I can adjust the scale. And here I can just return this to the previous state and maybe turn it off after that. Next, X-ray mode. Enabling this makes the object transparent, so the back is visible. So the back part is visible. Interestingly, X-ray works from any distance. Even if blocked by walls, you can see that part. As you can see, it's pretty visible. You could apply this to a whole volume to see inside. So you can apply to different parts of your structure to see inside. You can control the X-ray color, opacity, and uh, also fall off distance. From this part, you can control it. Very good. And in the MISC section, two-sided renders both sides. Weather allows rain or snow to accumulate on the glass. So you can activate the weather part. Snow and rain will be accumulated on the glass. I can uncheck this so the material is not affected by weather changes. And also the next part is sound, which actually determines the footstep audio. If I walk on this, I can set it to sound, for example, like maybe ground. So I choose ground here. If I walk, you can just hear the sound of ground. If you don't hear it, press M for pedestrian mode. Very good. So here you can choose different options. You can change it to grass, glass, or concrete. So here I'll press M to exit and gain height again. Mhm. We also have two-sided glass. If UVs look messy on these materials, just adjust the UV uh, scale settings. So you can just choose one of these things and adjust the UV scale setting from this part. So here I'll return to the top and select reflective glass for this project. I'll hit enter. Sorry, I hit Control plus Z a few times. I assigned that by mistake. I'll use the material picker to check different parts and ensure the correct name is actually displayed or not. So here I just fixed the problem. I need to apply a reflective glass here too. As soon as I apply it, it fades. I press T again, check here and uh, here. And everything is fine, I think, all correct. This interior part is a wall material, which we will work on later. I quickly check the rest. Here I must drag and drop reflective glass separately. And I think that's all for this part. Everything is fine. I'll check the bottom parts. Pressing T shows reflecting glass, as you know. So I'm short. It's pretty fine. It's correct. So far, we've applied the glass and learned the settings. I prefer to make these glasses a bit tint here. I'll go to tint and add a brown color. For example, so here you can choose different colors. I use brown. Note that uh, options like saturation and gamma in the details section only work if you have assigned a texture. So if you didn't assign a texture, it wouldn't work for you. Currently, changing them has no effect because we haven't applied a custom texture yet that covers the glass materials for our project. All right, I think that's enough for today's session. I hope you've enjoyed it. Next session, we will cover other materials. Thank you so much. Practice a lot. Until then, goodbye.